thank you so much for everybody who joined us. Today, we're going to be talking about scale your Web3 content creation with custom AI tools to save 90% of the time. And I'm going to tell you a bit about my journey with AI. Let's go. A bit about me. I am Victoria Olsina, and I own a crypto marketing agency, and we focus on SEO. Last year, I was nominated for Best SEO in Europe. I have been featuring the book SEO in 2025 and SEO in 2024. I'm also a judge at the European Search Awards, conference speaker, and I have been working in crypto since 2018. I have been working with several very well-known brands such as Near Protocol, Nota Bene, Polkadot, Aztec, Infura, Outliers Ventures, where I'm one of the mentors there for every cohort. Today, I'm going to be talking about some custom AI tools that I have developed and that first that have helped me in my personal life, and then that it has helped me to do my job as a marketer. We're going to start with questions. So, is anyone here using ChatGPT? Can we put some thumbs up? I have 1 thumbs up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, a waterfall of thumbs up. Yes, Evangelina says it's her best friend, mine as well. Now, is anyone using custom GPTs? Custom GPTs, we have, again, a waterfall. Let's say some people are using custom GPTs. Is anyone using automation? No one. Okay, so maybe today you will learn something new. Let me tell you a bit how I got started into this world where I have automated. I think that everything that I do in my life is being pushed into different channels, and it saved me a lot of time to rather than do it manually. So a couple of months ago, I had these questions. Is there a way in which I can live, market myself, and have hobbies? I don't know if this happens to you, but sometimes I feel I work all the time. And this happens to me also because I'm a Web3 marketer, first of all. And secondly, I also do stand-up comedy, as though that means that I'm performing in like 2 or 3 times a week outside of my house. And then I have to maintain a social media machine besides my work, besides the activity that actually gives me money, that I do for fun. Because if you are in the arts, you know that you get paid in exposure. So the amount of content that I produce per week for my professional life, for my clients, and for comedy is quite intense. Today, I was preparing these slides and I said, okay, how much is that? Like, how much content I am producing per week? So, as a marketer, I post 3 times a week on LinkedIn, and this is video. On Twitter, I'm not so active. I would like to be active. So, this is one of my objectives this year. I post 5 to 10 times a day. I know I should be posting 20 times per day, but this is what I can do now. This year, also, I have launched a YouTube channel, so I'm doing 1 video per week. That video goes to blog post, goes to Medium. So here we have between 15 and 20 for me as a marketer. And then as a comedian, I have 2 Instagram accounts, one for a show that I do here and one for my personal. I have TikTok, and I think that is 50, probably 50 stories per week and 3 reels. I live a life to create content. So I also have a social media manager that helps with all of this for comedy. But the marketer part, the personal brand stuff, is mostly me. I also recently realized that I have ADHD, and now this makes sense because I have ideas all the time, like 55 ideas per day. And then I cannot execute many of these things. Now, everyone, yeah, I know, not paying attention is the disease of the 21st century. I can see a lot of people on the chat saying, oh, I have ADHD, I have ADHD. So yeah, it's really hard for me. I have a lot of ideas. I want to execute them, and I want to live an interesting life inside of work or and outside of work, right? And I want to talk, as I said before. I like talking. I want to polish my ideas on all of these media. How can I do this without leaving to produce content? That was the question I had a couple of months ago. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing with Reels, posting 3 Reels a week. Also for my comedy show, posting on Twitter, posting on LinkedIn, posting. So I needed a system and some automation to do that without feeling so overwhelmed. I love that everybody's connecting on the chat. If you want to follow everybody that is on this call, let's make a Telegram group and talk about this. I have ideas all the time. I struggle with execution. So the question is, how can I turn these ideas, formatted content, in the fastest way possible? What do I mean by formatted content? We know that it's not the same to have an idea that we're going to post on LinkedIn, on Twitter, or on Instagram. All formats require some specificity. So what I started doing is I tried to sort it with robots and AI, which is something I have been really digged into in the last 2 years. So let me show you a bit of the things that I have. I started developing custom GPTs. Before I asked in the call, and some of you said that you were using them. So for the ones that don't know or have never trained a custom GPT, these are personalized AI models that are trained on your specific content and brand voice, right? What does it mean? That it can learn from your existing content. Your existing content can be jokes for comedy, blogs, whatever content that you have, whatever examples that you have, you can plug them into these custom GPTs, right? And in that way, we can maintain technical accuracy and terminology. It generates content in a style. It's not the same that I tell ChatGPT, create a joke about families, that I input all of the sets that I have and all of the context that I have of me as a comedian, and say, okay, now from Victoria Osina's voice, create a joke about family, right? That is the difference. Now, I'm going to show you the army of Victorias that I have created to help the real Victoria with all of the things. Now, let me show you this. Okay. I was testing some of these before today. The difference between custom GPTs is that they have a own knowledge base. We say, tell me about Victoria's family. The output the answer to this will be totally different if I'm using it's great that I'm trying to show this and it doesn't work. Let's try to do it again here. So let's tell me about Victoria's family. And it's going to search my custom knowledge. It's going to search this. It's not going to search Victoria Sina out in the open. It's going to refer to the knowledge base. And this is a total game changer because now I'm not talking, it's not Victoria's dad, any dad. It's my actual dad from this material. Right? Now, we can see that maybe I should do another example, less intimate, but this is my family. Folks, I see a question on the chat. Do I have to have the paid version of the chat for this functionality? For custom GPTs, I believe you do. You can use custom GPTs without, but if you want, and if you want to test, if you want to create your own, you need the version, the paid version that is 20. So now you know everything about my family, which is very random for a Web3 content webinar, isn't it? Yes. Now let me show you. Maybe this sounds silly, but the amount of time in my life that I spend refocusing, reframing, and writing new jokes, it's a significant amount. It's a significant amount of time. So I wanted to automate this as much as possible. And this is the way. Also, I can search into the knowledge base, like saying, is there any jokes about New Year? And this is important because right now I have more than 500 pages of material. So sometimes I forget. So yeah, I can go back and refresh what I have written before, right? And somebody saying I have to rewrite my bio in so many contexts. Well, this is great. Custom GPTs are great to help you perform a task that you need to perform every day or frequently. So in my case, is writing jokes. Now, let me show you something that it might be a bit more useful marketing. Beyond the fact that I really wanted you guys in my family today, let's see if we can talk about marketing too. Now, I'm going to show Susan how to do custom GPT as well. Now, I'm going to show you Victoria's LinkedIn. I don't like LinkedIn very much, but I write because that's the name of the game. The only one that I really like is Instagram. The rest, So here, again, I have uploaded a profile and I have uploaded instructions so it can write LinkedIn posts like me. Okay, so I'm gonna be, it needs an idea, which is the only thing I have. And for this, I'm gonna say, okay, your brand is fire, marketing automation is gasoline. Very inspirational. So lean AI marketing automation is, here we go. And it's going to be referring to a template that is uploaded here. And it's going to be writing for me. And here we have something that took 2 seconds to do. And it's much better than the ideas that I generally have. I mean, the idea is good, but the execution, I think, is much better than what I can do. The same for Twitter. Today, ChatGPT is a bit slow. I don't know if you have noticed. Actually, was down until before this webinar. I was freaking out a bit, and I don't know why I cannot paste this. Your brand is fire automation, marketing, AI marketing, automation is gasoline. So let's see what it comes up with. So we see the same idea executed in two different formats, right? And this is because of the training that I set up for these tools. What else I have to show you? I'm using this one for my YouTube channel, which I recently launched. So if I want to write outline for video, 2025 is the year of agents. This is how you market to a robot. Or check, it's not, check the title. Check the title. So, and it will go to the knowledge base. Very important. The knowledge base has a book that I read about YouTube and I thought it was very good. So I trained this robot with ChatGPT. Train this robot with ChatGPT. No, I trained this robot with a book. So several options, and it's going to start using the knowledge from the book for me. Yes, and here's some options, and at the end, so you get the idea. We go to the different GPTs, and the different GPTs help me to perform an action, and they can help you to perform an action. I'm gonna quickly go through the chat to see if there is any question that I need to address now, or if we can leave them for later. I have Camila that asked me, how do I incorporate images from this? There are two ways. You can use the normal GPT that I'm using now. I need an image for YouTube, and or you can train your own model with Flex. With Flux, Flux is one for images that I really like. In this case, for simplicity, I'm using because all of this is for YouTube. I prefer to use this native bot that I train because it also knows how to do images from the advice of the book. So here we have the image and some. What else can I? What other questions do I have? Which versions of ChatGPT do you use? It depends. Sometimes I use for logical, I use GPT 1 mini, and for the other ones, I use 4 mini. Now, I'm going to continue showing you some other cool GPTs and how to train them. So, I have to remind myself what I was doing before. I showed you comedy, showed you LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. This one, Tarot, is for when I get a request from journalists. Like, for example, this journalist says they want my opinion for this. So I'm going to go to my bot and can you help me with a tarot request? And this is what I'm going to reply. Ideally, you read the things before you post them. But if you don't want to, I'm not here to be the moral police. So now I have this tarot request. Tarot stands for help a reporter out, and I can send this. Also, check this out. It's all talking about Web3 stuff because it's trained on who I am and that I'm do Web3 marketing. So I don't need to retell them who I am and what is my expertise. It will just start writing about it because it has all of the context. And I'm now going to show you how we can train one of these. I think that I see some of the questions on the chat asking, how do we train one of these? Do I do that now? No. You know what? First, I'm going to show you some others that I have trained. And then we're going to go and we're going to train one ourselves. And then I'm going to show you some automations. Cool. So one of the tools that I have developed with these methods, which I think is pretty useful for Web3, a keyword research helper. This is because everybody in Web3 writes without data, and I have tried to train teams a million times and they don't want to use SEO tools. So it's fine. You don't want to use SEO tools, guys. It's fine. Now you can talk to the data. And I'm going to tell it to help me with keyword research. So let's say I want to write about AI marketing. AI marketing is asking me for Google, US, currency, USD, and what is the content intent information of. And it's going to do the keyword research for me. You don't have to go into SEMrush, Ahrefs, or any of the things. I have trained my own tool that I use with clients. So they can do a very quick keyword research talking to the data instead of going into different platforms. So here's the search volume, the CPC, competition, and it's giving me three options because the row is trained this way. Do I want a competitive analysis, additional keywords, or content guidelines? And I say, I want all of them, 1, 2, and 3. So it's going to continue helping me to research this keyword. So I see the top 10 search engine competitors. I see the top 3 related keywords and content guidelines. And this sounds really cool. Now, I don't want ChatGPT to write this on its own. I want ChatGPT to write it like if it was me. And because I have here this one Web3 consultant, which is me as a marketer, I want this to be written to take all of the directions that I have given, all of the instructions, and to write it like if it was me. So let's do that. This is a very cool trick that I like. So if you put the ad, you can call an agent. So I'm going to call this agent and I'm going to say, read everything we have so far and write the blog post in the voice of Victoria. And here we can see that the icon changes. Yeah, we were in this one, Keyword Research Helper, and now we are writing as me. So it uses some emojis. Let's fix it. Top marketing trends. And at the end of it, it's going to tell you to book a call with me if you need any help or something like that. So we are changing the boring content, the content that everybody hates on ChatGPT, the content that every time you ask something, you say, in the ever evolving world of, that's obvious. That's obvious AI and bad use of AI. Like a very quick tip, tell the robot to never start a sentence in, because if you or use ever evolving or use harness the power, those keywords, are really obvious that is ChatGPT and we don't want that. So here we say, need a hand. I'm here to help you in every step of the way. So look at this. My strategy calls are free. This is not how generally ChatGPT writes. ChatGPT doesn't write a blog post with affiliate links, telling you to call, trying to be a bit less robotic with emojis. So I have trained this, and now I can use, this is my core marketer. The core marketer, I use it for tasks that are more loosely defined. The other one, YouTube, well, for YouTube, Twitter for Twitter, and LinkedIn for LinkedIn. So I generally have a general marketer for ad hoc tasks and a specific custom GPTs for really specific tasks, right? For example, when we were talking about my comedy bot, I have the core bot that can help me with anything. And then I have one that only writes the hooks for the visual hooks for every video, right? So something really specific and the instructions change. So I said that I was going to show you how to build one, right? I think that everybody's on the chat for that. Let me see, I have showed you the cool tools. I think so. Well, I didn't show you this one that I think is pretty cool. The SEO. This is similar to the helper, to the keyword research helper, but it does the calculation on the spot. So you imagine this is for a friend that does more e-commerce SEO to do very quick, to show value really quickly. So if I want to say I'm selling, what can I sell? Dog supplements. This is not the one. The good thing is that comedy prepares you to be in these situations where you look absolutely ridiculous. And to be honest, I feel nothing. I'm fine. I am fine. My ego is not hurt. Nothing. I don't care if I'm making a fool of myself in front of 50 people. I am fine. I really like this one. This one, it is revenue calculation. Quest today. Oh, here I have it. Boom. You see, I found it. So I need an SEO calculation, and for dog protein in the US, $30, 3% conversion rate. And yeah, what this calculates is how much money you would get if you were on top position of this keyword, which in this case, there's not a lot of volume. So probably it's not worth a try, but it does it. I only put dog protein US, $30, 3%, and it splits all of this analysis. And I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, boom, you doubted me. And I went back on top. So let's see how do we train one of these. Let me show you. Actually, let's do the Twitter one. This is the latest one I have. And I'm going to show you first the logic for prompts because I feel that a lot of people don't know how to create prompts. And it is important to follow these steps. This is like the basic way of creating a prompt, which is you specify the role, the task, the specifics, the context, you give examples and notes. And there's actually a GPT on in here, which is the prompt maker GPT, that also helps you to do this automatically. So let's say I want to write it's like famous marketing, like a famous Web3 influencer. I will provide examples and it's going to write the prompt for me. I'm going to write, let's say that I am the famous influencer, which definitely I'm not on Twitter. I'm going to copy these people, like if all were marketing influencers in Web3, this is going to start writing a prompt for me. And then I'm going to take that prompt and I'm going to create a custom GPT. I'm thrilled that there are so many AI note takers in this call. The other day, I show up to a meeting and there were more note takers than people. And it's like, okay, yeah, just let me convince all of your robots to buy something from me. I'm going to send my robot, you send your robot, and we have a date. Using this, now we're using a GPT to create another GPT. So I gave this really poorly made prompt and some examples, and it started writing something, right? It says, you're going to act like an SEO Web3 influencer and you craft engaging posts. And it's going to give the steps, which is very important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's given examples. And it's also me some extra instructions on the bottom. Generate some samples. Yes. So now we can do a little tweak. We can do some tweaks here if we don't like what it has written or the exact prompt, but this is just for this example. Yeah. The quickest way, if you don't want to learn anything and just let a computer do it, use a prompt maker. But the more prompts that you write, the better you're going to get at it, right? So the way that I write them is, let me show you. This is one way I write them: role, task, specific context, examples, and notes. But a more comprehensive way of writing it is when you do role prompting, chain of thoughts, emotion prompt, few shots, and lost in the middle. Let me show you this. So role prompting, I think it's self-explanatory. It's like act like a Web3 influencer, act like a teacher, act like a comedian. Yeah. We give some context. Chain of thought is we give them objective and the step-by-step instructions. We say, act like a comedian. You're writing a Edinburgh Fringe show that you want to sell to Netflix. these are the steps that you're going to follow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, emotion prompt, I saw this week and this blew my mind because apparently if you use emotion prompts, the output, the effectiveness of the output increased like 150%. What is emotion prompt? It's basically you have to be flattered with the robot. The flatter with the robot is like, you are the best copywriter in the world. You're going to help me because we are best friends. Insanity. There is data about this. I should have brought the research. I didn't. It looks like I made it up on the spot. No, it's actually true. You will have to believe me. So if you are flattering, if you're convincing this person, this robot, that they play an important part and they are best in its kind, effectiveness will increase. And then we are going to do future prompting, which is the examples that we saw before. And then lost in the middle. This is really important. It depends on the prompt, but some prompts can be very, very, very long. Now, in this call, I think that 88% of people say that they have HDHD. The agent starts forgetting the things that are in the middle. So if there's something really, really important, you have to reinforce it in the bottom. Again, I learned this 2 weeks ago, emotion prompt and lost in the middle. So that's why I'm going to show you the one that I did, the latest one that I did, which I think is one of the best ones I created, which is this one, Victoria Twitter. I know it's really important to be on X. Sometimes I wonder, why do I have 19,000 followers on Instagram telling jokes that don't produce money, and I not popular on crypto Twitter where the money is made? But this year I'm going to improve. So let me show you what I have done here. Or let's do, maybe we should create it from scratch. Yeah, let's create it from scratch so we can see. Sorry, let's go and see. I'm going to say explore GPTs. We're going to create one here and we're going to call this one, I'm going to call it Yapper Twitter influencer. And what is the description of this? You're going to act like a Web3 influencer who craft engaging, value-packed, actionable tweets to inspire followers. I'm going to keep this as SEO because Web3 SEO is a bit confusing. So we have the prompts here that we created with our friend Prompt Maker. And if you see this style of prompt, what the instructions that is giving us is very similar to what we said here, right? Also, I'm not going to add files right now, but if we had a list of all of the tweets that we want to resemble, let's say that there is somebody that you really like on Twitter, Elon Musk. I love Elon Musk and Donald Trump. I want to write like them. So I can download all of their tweets or 200 tweets, 300 tweets, and then import this file here. So it has the examples. It's better to provide the examples than to describe the examples. So I have one here, tweets. I'm going to upload it. And then I'm going to say, I want web search, Canvas, DALI, and interpreter. Interpreter is really important if you are uploading stuff to the knowledge base, because without it, it cannot read the knowledge base. Can you write a tweet for me? I will provide the idea. So we can create the image, and comments are accepted. First of all, you can only upload 20 files. With this, I have saved you 48 days of research. You can upload text, PDF, Word document, JSON, images, most formats. I think that the only one that I haven't tested is video. So let's say, can you write a tweet for me? I will provide the idea. Okay, let's say webinars are the way to go in Web3 marketing in 2025. And it's going to start writing based on the prompt. Yeah, if you remember our prompt, the prompt said that it had to write things. When we saw the examples, it was writing it this way. So when we see our live example, it's doing the same thing. right? Magic. Yeah. So every time I need to do something, I realize I need to do something frequently or something that requires a skill that I don't have, or a skill where I see that there is other people that are better than me and I can get those examples from those people. I train a GPT. Yeah. And let me see what else I want to show you today. We saw the training process. And oh, now I'm going to show you the cool part. And nobody said that they were using automation, right? But now, because I started posting, I realized that instead of, the process for this would be to copy and paste, right? If I want to write to have this post, I need to copy and paste, right? That's the only thing that I need to do as a human right now. Copy and paste. But I'm so lazy that I don't even want to do that. So I started dabbling in automation. And then I think so I told you that that I'm doing this YouTube channel, right? Now, this YouTube channel, every time I post a video, I need to write a blog post, a LinkedIn article, a Medium article, a LinkedIn post, Twitter, send it on email, and share it with two Telegram groups, right? That is pretty intense. I did the first two manually, and then I said, no, I'm not going to do this manually. So, what I'm doing, hopefully my screen loads. What I'm going to do is to make an automation for all of this. Let me show you first a simple one because let me show you a simple one, not this one. Let me show you the first one I created, which only has two social media platforms. And where is this? This one. Okay, so I have a website, an affiliate website that is an SEO project, and every day a new post is published automatically. So this means that this will trigger the RSS feed. The RSS feed tells you when there is a new page live on the internet. It reads the RSS feed every day at 4:05, and then if there is a new entry, if there is a new blog post, it's going to write a LinkedIn post, a Facebook page post, and a Medium post. And the instructions for these are here, right? So this is a very simple one. And the instruction is the moment that a blog post is live, write for all of these formats, right? And here we have, for example, where is the prompt here? Create a Medium post. Here we have our prompt. Yeah. So the instruction for Medium are very different from Facebook to LinkedIn. So the prompts go here. And every time something gets published, that happens. Now, as from the next video, I'm not going to do this process again because it takes a lot of time. Right now, I have been doing manually. I only posted 2 videos, but next one is going to, the moment that a new video is published on YouTube, it's going to extract the transcript with this tool called Dumpling AI, and it's going to go and publish on my 2 Telegram groups. It's going to publish a blog, a LinkedIn article, a tweet, a blog post, Medium, and then the only one that I cannot integrate yet is LinkedIn articles because the LinkedIn articles doesn't have an API. So I'm just going to produce the article on a Google Doc, and then I'm going to have to copy and paste that. Right? That's the only thing that I have to copy and paste from now on is that article. So this process takes a little bit of time to do all of this manually. I'm going to start automating this. Well, it's halfway built. I need to make some tweaks. I need to make the connections. And this is how I'm going to roll as from next week. Hopefully, this video that you're seeing today can be the first example of this full on automation. Good. Now, let me show you something else. And this one I'm very proud of. I worked with this in the following example I'm going to show you. I think I have worked more than 100 hours on this one. So, in Web3, no projects or very few projects have product pages, right? And as an SEO specialist, I know that if you want to run for Web3 AI agents and you don't have a product page for that, you're never going to be visible on Google. Generally, the projects I work with have to build many pages. Yeah, many pages, 50, 100 pages. And content writers are very, very slow. In order to write a product page in Web3 or in any industry, to write it properly, you need know about the product or service, and then know about the SEO, or send it to an SEO person that can optimize that article. And what I have done here with this process is to automate it completely. So with this process, is triggered by a spreadsheet. And the moment you have a keyword on the spreadsheet, is going to write the whole product page, optimized for SEO. Pretty good, no? So let me show you with this one. Say there is a Telegram trading bot. I didn't do the demo before, so hopefully it works. Choose manually. Let's go to Telegram trading bot. So now it's going to start running, and it's going to fetch my SEO data from the SEO platform I use. Then it's going to analyze competitors, going to put all of the keywords, and then it's going to call one of these agents that acts like a product marketer, and it's going to give me the final draft. And then you can send it to your content team for them to review, to tweak, to adjust the tone of voice, whatever you want to do. But that page is 80% or ready to go. As this takes like 4 minutes to be produced, I'm going to be replying to your questions now, and then while we wait. So Mariquita asks, no, I have more questions. Formats, I did it. Which is the maximum size for files on custom GPTs? I really don't know. I know that the maximum number is 20, but I don't know what is the maximum size. I'm sorry about that. Someone else asks, what are the total subscriptions necessary to build out this flow? Right now, for this one, I'm using make.com, but that's the free version. Make gives you a lot of credits per month. So I haven't used the paid version yet because I have never run out of credits. You need, for custom GPTs, create custom GPTs, you need a $20 version. And to run this, you need make.com and an OpenAI subscription, which again is not very expensive either. Are you checking the content before the automated posts are published? So in this flow that I'm creating, I can add, if I wanted to check them before, I can add a spreadsheet or an instance where there is a Google Doc where I can check it and then redo the flow. But for the time being, I haven't put it here. If this is for clients, I add a spreadsheet column that says, is it approved or not? So the moment that they put approved, it goes out, it goes live, right? One thing is my personal experiment, and the other one is like working for brands. You can do it both ways. You can have the control or not. Ideally, you have the control so that you read what is here. Now, which was the last website called? I don't know. Make.com. What else? What made you choose Make.com versus other automation tools? Well, Make.com is the one that I learned to use, but there are many. At the moment, I also want to learn to use NN8, which is a bit more powerful. But right now, this is quite easy for me. Also, Make.com has its own AI here. If you would see here, so you can ask the AI to start building for you. It's not perfect. It's a bit buggy, but sometimes it can help you a lot. What else? What SEO tools I'm using to connect to Make? I use a neural writer, but there are many APIs out there that you can connect. Like we saw on the keyword helper, I'm using keywords everywhere. So let's see if this worked. We are here. And here we can see each of the things that is producing. If I take a bit more time, here is producing the draft, and make.com, you can see the URL on the screen. It's about to finish. Do you think that it will create something or not? Place your bets. I hope. I have other samples to show you here as well. But first is the content brief. So it pulls all of the information, all of the SEO information, so it knows how to write. So it will show you the target keywords, the title, the meta description, the H1 terms, H2 extended terms. This has 6 pages, and the structure that we're going to use for the page, frequently asked questions. Anyway, it's going to inject all of these into the, oh, here we have it, guys. Girls, folks, inclusive language, SEO title, transforming your crypto trading with the best Telegram bot, why choose this brand, the cost of ignoring it, the benefits, the cost of ignoring the the issues, supporting your persona. How does it work? Frequently asked questions. Start building now. What do you think? So this is, I mean, I'm polishing this. At some point, it will be better written and a bit more smooth. But right now, it's something that you can give to your product, to your content team to start working. Because imagine if you have to produce 60 of these, 80 of these, it will take years in Web3 marketing. So now you have a functional draft your team can work on, right? Yes. And Dana asked me if I'm going to send the presentation. Yes, it will be sent, it will be shared with you. And I think that is all that I have to show you today. I hope I have been impressive enough. I hope you have learned something. And I think that AI marketing automation is the future. I think I have given you the tools to start this journey. But if you want to produce the next 100 blog posts, 200 product pages, and you need a specialist that can help you right now, you can book a free strategy call with me. And I'm going to continue my education journey with YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Actually, yesterday I launched a video, which is how to rank on ChatGPT, which I think it's quite relevant if you have heard about ChatGPT. I think we're done for today. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for not just sending your note taker, actually interacting like a person. And I hope to see you soon.